Hello and welcome to another episode of Other Items of Interest. I'm your host, Jack Zablocki, and today we have a show for you. Not just any kind of show, a show. And we're going to save the pandas. We're going to save all the pandas. And we're going to make them have panda babies. Let's get to it. I don't even know why I'm covering this one. I've tried recording it several times now to no avail. It's not that interesting. I just feel like I have to do it. So let's do it. LA area pursuit suspect breakdances before surrendering. Law breaking turned into breakdancing at the end of a Southern California vehicle pursuit. TV news helicopters were overhead Tuesday night when a suspect pursued by the California Highway Patrol finally surrendered, but broke out into a 10-second dance before being handcuffed. He probably figured he was on all the news stations. They interrupt your show so annoyingly, so obnoxiously, to show you a high-speed chase. It's going to keep going. It's a car driving fast through Southern California. It's not that great, not that interesting. A lot of other cities do it too, but god damn, LA loves to do it. Let's get back. The pursuit began in the Calabasas area and headed east on US 101 into Los Angeles, then north on Interstate 405 where nobody cares. Nobody cares which streets they took, which freeways. Nobody but you in Southern California care. I know 101, US 101, 405 I vaguely know. Nobody else cares. So anyway, it began in Calabasas, if you know where that is, and headed into Los Angeles and then into the San Fernando Valley. CHP Cruiser, Chips, finally bumped the car. It's not one of those Chips. It's not the motorcycle guys. A motorcycle can't bump a car and spin it out. A CHP Cruiser finally bumped the car and spun it out. The driver got out with hands up but did not appear to be fully complying with officers pointing guns at him. As the scene became illuminated by a law enforcement helicopter spotlight, the driver suddenly busted a move before being busted. And that comes from KTAR.com, KTAR News. 92.3 FM on your radio dial. This following one comes from Fox News. Texas man brings steer to Petco to test all leashed pets are welcome policy. Petco saw this as a PR opportunity and allowed this giant steer into the store. Check the show notes for this link. It's really worth checking out because of you get to see how big this thing is, and it's really the horns on this thing. Just immense. The horns, I would have to say, they curve, of course, so maybe they're 3-4 feet. Very big. A man and woman from Texas couldn't help but laugh as they recently walked their leashed steer into a Houston area Petco to really see if all leashed pets are welcome. To Shelley Lumpkin and Vincent Browning's surprise, the African Watusi was welcomed with open arms, Browning wrote on his Facebook page Monday. Oliver is owned and trained by Browning for rodeos and other shows, and although it's not clear exactly how much he weighs, African Watusi bulls can reach up to 1,600 pounds, according to the Livestock Conservancy. Oliver has his own Facebook page, which is updated regularly. That might be worth checking out, too, the Facebook page. I don't have the Facebook. Nobody here does. We took a stance. Maybe it's worth checking out. I don't know. You tell me. This next story comes from CBSAustin.com. Initiative started to rename Dripping Springs to Pound Town after early settler. I hope. A coalition wants to rename Dripping Springs, a small city in Hays County west of Austin, in honor of one of the town's most outstanding and earliest settlers, Dr. Joseph M. Pound. The new name they're proposing? Pound Town. According to the coalition's GoFundMe page, the name change would give recognition to Dr. Pound, whose contributions include being the earliest doctor in Hays County and allowing his home to serve as a medical office and hospital, church, schoolhouse, post office, and social gathering place for the fledgling community of Dripping Springs. Dripping Springs doesn't sound too great either for a town name. I would go with Pound Town over Dripping Springs. This guy sounds like a good guy to name it after anyway, so just let's get on this. Petition acknowledges that their efforts may not result in a ballot initiative, but vow to at least donate the proceeds to Friends of the Pound House for upkeep. The Pound House. You got me on that one. I was good with Pound Town. The Pound House for upkeep and education at the historic homestead. This one is interesting. It's from Florida. Comes from Sarasota County. WFLA.com. Squirrel attacks man at his Sarasota County home. Security camera video captured the incident. You could check out the show notes for a link. See the video for yourself. But this article is something. In eastern Sarasota, beware of the crazy squirrel. The offending rodent has gone after 4 people using its claws and teeth to injure its victims. Using its claws and teeth. It didn't go down to the gun shop and get a .38. Has been using a kitchen knife. I digress. The following quote is from Robbie Armstrong. I was walked right here. I was standing right here. I was looking in the truck. It came running up the back side here. Now I just read that as it was written. I'm going to try that again. I was walked right here. I was standing right here. I was looking in the truck. It came running up the back side here. Which one sounds more believable? I'll let you decide. Armstrong's security camera caught the Saturday sneak attack. The squirrel ran behind me and jumped on my side, went down my shoulder, got on my elbow, and just chomped on me, said Armstrong. Now, allow me. The squirrel ran behind me and jumped on my side and went on my shoulder, got on my shoulder and my elbow, and just chomped on me, said Armstrong. The attack lasted only seconds, but the little guy did a number on Armstrong's arm and elbow. He just clawed me up all over here and bit me here and here. It's deep. That's where he came up here and bit me there, and I just grabbed him and threw him on the ground. He said, now that's a hard quote. I'm going to try it again, because this is fun for me at this point. I don't think anybody listening gives a shit. It just clawed me up all over here and bit me here and here. It's deep. That's where he came up here and bit me there, and I just grabbed him and threw him on the ground. There are plenty of squirrels and other wildlife living in this rural part of Sarasota County. But Armstrong's attacker is different. A neighbor nursed the squirrel to health as a baby. It was good with their kids, but it just attacked the mom over there and the husband, he said. Robbie Armstrong is full of quotes. He's got a lot to say. Recently, the same squirrel that got him scratched his stepson. Armstrong recognizes him when he sees him. This squirrel doesn't have much hair on its tail because the 6-year-old next door trimmed hair on its tail, put it on Barbie's head, he said. This is an actual news article. I'm gonna do the voice again. I don't give a shit. Squirrel doesn't have much hair on its tail because the 6-year-old next door trimmed the hair on its tail, put it on Barbie's head. Armstrong named the squirrel 8-Up, number 8-Up, after his race car and truck. I love animals. I mean, not when they attack me. Armstrong used a BB gun to try to scare 8-Up away. Didn't work. He's likely plotting his next attack. There's much to this one from postcrescent.com. Pretty much bad life choices all around here. Man charged in robbery decided to try something new today, so I robbed a bank. A 19-year-old man arrested in connection with the Friday robbery of Community First Credit Union on West Spencer Street told police he decided to try something new today, so I robbed a bank, according to a criminal complaint filed Monday. Zhang Jiayang of Appleton was charged Monday in county court with robbery of a financial institution with a dangerous weapon. And the rest of the article is more or less the criminal complaint. So here it goes with that. It's pretty straightforward. A teller at the credit union described the robber as a person wearing a mask and black clothing with a long gun. That's usually what we call a rifle. She said the person told her to put her hands up and told the manager to come out to the lobby. He said he wanted $10,000 and the tellers put the money from their cash drawers on the counter. The teller said he used a zip tie to bind her hands and she believed he bound the manager's hands too. She then heard the door click and believed he had left. As an officer arrived, he saw a man walking quickly away from the credit union wearing sunglasses, black clothing, and what appeared to be a black ski mask. Ooh, I bet his spidey sense was going off. An officer who searched him found a modified .22 caliber rifle in his waistband. Yang told police that he had decided to try something new today, so I robbed a bank. The robbery wasn't planned, he said. This is just one big bad decision. Glendale man arrested for stealing service animal. From azfamily.com. Man has been arrested for stealing a service dog from outside a Glendale convenience store from a military veteran with PTSD. The man tied up his service dog outside the Circle K convenience store and went inside to get food. When he came out, his dog was gone. What I don't understand is, why not? It's your service dog. Just go inside the Circle K with your service dog. It's legal. It's supposed to service you. Can't service you if you're separated from the dog. Anyway, investigators looked at surveillance video from the store which shows the dog being taken from outside the store without the owner's approval, which is called stealing. Glendale police located a homeless man, 52-year-old Kevin Michael Kent, asleep in a nearby field with the dog. I guess that kind of makes him guilty. That in the surveillance video. Kent was arrested and charged with control to deprive a service animal. I guess that's a thing. Man charged with fatal stabbing in Alexandria thought victim was a werewolf, attorneys say. This comes from fox5dc.com. Defense attorneys say a man accused of brutally stabbing a man to death in Alexandria last July did so because he thought the victim was a werewolf. On July 13, 2018, police were called to an Old Town window replacement business in the 1200 block of King Street after receiving reports for a suspicious death. One of the officers arrived at the scene. They found Pankaj Bhasin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not by the sound of it. They found Pankaj Bhasin locked. I said it the same way, twice. They found him locked inside a Mercedes-Benz with no pants on, covered in blood. Whatever his name is. Inside the business, officers found the owner, Brad Jackson, 65, suffering from 53 stab wounds, among other injuries. Defense pleaded to strike the murder of trial from the court, stating a more appropriate charge of voluntary manslaughter. The defense claimed Bhasin suffered from mental health issues and that he thought Jackson was a werewolf at the time of the incident. Oh, come on. Everybody knows it takes 53 stab wounds to take down a werewolf. The judge, however, overruled the motion to strike down the case. Imagine we lived in a world that where werewolves were a thing. And I don't mean just like in the sense of, oh no, the werewolf's going to get me, I got to run, ooh. I mean, like, laws would have to be changed. Laws would have to be made. Clothes would have to change. Like, I think a lot of people would be wearing spandex. You turn into a werewolf, you destroy your outfit. You'd have to plan accordingly. If it's, to the moon. Something to think about. Alright, here we go. This is the kind of article I made this show for. From theworldofbuzz.com. Man who wears religious amulets like an armor takes them off for a day, gets hit by a car and dies. How's that? It appears that the amulets might have given him an unusually strong level of protection. As the moment he took them off, a car accident took his life. According to China Press, the 58-year-old man named Snom, S-N-O-M, Snom, I'm going to say Snom, because I don't know. Owned many Buddhist amulets. Snom owned many Buddhist amulets, he did. His collection was so extensive that he wore them like a suit of armor and helmet on a daily basis. However, on the fateful day of March 1st, he went out without his armor and helmet for once to drive out to a nearby store. What seemed like an ordinary day for anyone else turned out to be the most tragic day of Snom's life, as he was suddenly hit by a small truck. The collision rammed the man into the store, who died on the spot. The strong impact of the accident also caused the store's goods to fall into disarray and the roof to collapse. The driver of the small truck has been apprehended and will be tried in court for causing death by negligence. It's that's pretty much it to the article. Check out the show notes for the link to this one, worldofbuzz.com. There's a couple of pictures of the guy. He has this, and his armor. That's the important part of it. His armor and helmet made out of little amulets, religious amulets. Take a look. It's fun. I'm sorry that he died, though. Chinese woman narrowly escapes death after homemade IV drip of fruit juice. We all know that's wrong. We know not to do that. This lady didn't. She did not know not to inject fruit juice into her veins. But she did. She did. Why? Let's find out. A woman in... Oh, this comes from the South China Morning Post and Asia1.com. A woman in central China was so keen on staying healthy that she injected the juice of 20 types of fruit and almost paid for it with her life, according to local media. She had developed an interest in unconventional health treatments. On a whim, on February 22nd, while apparently in good health, Zhang made a juice from more than 20 kinds of fruit and gave herself an intravenous infusion by drip. Real quick, she knows how to use a dialysis machine. What do you use to give yourself an IV drip, a saline drip? She knows how to use one of those things and how to administer it, but she doesn't know not to put fruit juice into her veins. You just don't do it. Despite feeling itchy and rising temperature, she did nothing about it, but that night when her husband noticed her discomfort and found out about the infusion, she was it's funny because like a tea infusion with fruit, you know? Okay. She was taken to the county hospital. It in turn sent her to the affiliated hospital at the university, where she was admitted to intensive care. The attending doctor told the Morning Herald that she had a severe infection, damage to her liver, kidney, and heart, and was in danger of dying of multiple organ failure and sepsis. She really did a number on herself just with fruit juice. That's amazing. Doctors cleansed her blood using dialysis, injected clotting agents, and gave her antibiotics. Her condition had improved significantly after 5 days, and she was transferred to a kidney unit. I had thought the fresh fruits were very nutritious and it would not do me harm by injecting them into my body, Zhang was quoted as saying. I had no idea that would get me into so much trouble. We all learn lessons the hard way. Zambia bans energy drink found to contain Viagra. This comes from The Guardian, theguardian.com. Now bear with me here. This is a long title for a drink. Power Natural High Energy Drink SX, removed from shelves after complaint by regulator. Zambia has banned an energy drink after it was shown to have been adulterated with Viagra, according to local authorities. The ban followed a complaint from the country's medicine regulator in December, suggesting the Power Natural High Energy Drink SX had been spiked with the erectile dysfunction drug Viagra. The drink is also exported to other African countries such as Uganda and Zimbabwe. The company could not be immediately reached for comment. The Uganda National Drug Authority said in a letter dated 28th of December 2018 that it made similar findings after a customer complained of constant sweating and nearly a 6-hour erection. That's almost a full shift at work, 6 hours. That seems uncomfortable, unnecessarily uncomfortable. Zambia has also suspended the production of the drink until remedial measures are put in place to ensure that it is not adulterated again. Natural Power Energy Drink SX is very popular among Zambian men and is sold in 500 milliliter plastic cans, mostly in supermarkets and bars. That's not the kind of energy drink I really want. Get your heart going a little too much. No thank you. I'll pass. Let's have a water. That's another episode of Other Items of Interest. I'm your host, Jack Zablocki. I had a swell time. I hope you did too. Join me again next time when we cover the news. We didn't save any pandas, but I really didn't believe we would. My heart just wasn't in it. I am sorry. I do apologize. Okay, bye-bye everybody.